Hello, everybody. So, I want to talk a little bit about SoFi Bank. SoFi's earnings are coming up, and it's going to be an absolute wild ride. I want to preview what to expect in SoFi's earnings and go a little bit deeper than just expectations. Other than that, I want to just give you my thesis in general about SoFi and why I am so absolutely stoked for SoFi and fintech in general. But this is going to be a SoFi based video. I truly believe that legacy institutions, banking institutions, cannot compete with digital banking solutions. And I call SoFi a digital banking solution, not a digital banking institution. I know that these are nuances and you can interpret the words whatever you want, but I do call SoFi a solution because at the end of the day, SoFi's platform is like the AWS for fintech, the AWS for banking and your banking needs. SoFi offers so many different solutions and products all under one roof. And the best case about SoFi is, although their growth is astronomical, it's still so early. They're still not even GAAP profitable. They barely broke a top 100 bank, and they have so much more products and offerings to give us. Because of everything that I just said, SoFi is a prime example of a long-term hold in anybody's stock portfolio. Of course, none of this is financial advice. It's purely entertainment, educational, so on and so forth, yada, yada, blase, blase. I want to talk about the expectations of earnings. We are expected to have $475.88 million of earnings or revenues. This is an increase of 33.6% growth year over year and around 3.45% growth month over month. But let's go back. Let's go back to quarter one, the last quarter. We actually beat expected by 4.55%. If you go to quarter four of 2022, 4.24% beat. Quarter three of 2022, we beat expectations by 6.6%. Quarter two of 22, we beat by 4.71%. And quarter one of 2022, we beat by 12.63%. The last earnings, we actually came in 43% year over year growth. Now, 33.6% is extremely impressive. And 475.88 is extremely impressive as well. Think about that. It is literally a hyper-growth company growing past 30% year over year. Now, if we can get a little closer to 40%, this is going to be, the icing on the cake. So let's do a little math. We're expected 475.88%. Now, for all last earnings, we beat. So let's say that we're going to beat this earnings by 4.5%. This is the expected beat of the expected earnings, expected revenue, so to speak, right? Because I gave you all the numbers. 4.55 beat, 4.2 beat, 6.6 beat, 4.7 beat, 12 beat, but I'm not going to be naive and gullible here. Of course, I would love a huge beat, double digits. But if we get a beat of 4.5%, this brings us right to around $480.86 million. Why are all these beats so important of revenue, especially, on the top end? As long as our gross margins remain the same or our net margins remain the same, at the end of the day, we're going to have GAAP profitability that much sooner. So right now, we're expected to have GAAP profitability at the end of this year, quarter four. However, although I don't think we're going to get it in quarter two, maybe, just maybe, we will get expectations of quarter three GAAP profitability or partial of that quarter. Or maybe we're going to get a full quarter four of GAAP profitability. When that happens, expect a Palantir type moment to the moon. I'm not saying that that will happen. I'm saying you can expect it. Now, of course, expectations can make fools of all of us, right? Shame on you for expecting, but at least I will expect to the moon once we have GAAP profitability. This is also one of the cases with Robinhood. Once Robinhood reaches GAAP profitability, which very much could be this year, it's going to go to the moon. Now, unlike Robinhood, SoFi for me is a long-term play. This is a stock that I want in my portfolio for quite a long time. Robinhood for me is a midterm play, approximately 12 to 18-month play. SoFi, I honestly think it has a tremendous amount of room to grow. I want to talk a little bit about SoFi, but I want to play you this quick 40-second clip of our CEO, Anthony Nodo, who is literally the superstar of SoFi. I actually met somebody who worked in SoFi as I was taking my kids to the city, to the Children's Museum, and he was wearing a SoFi shirt. If you're listening to this video, shout out to you. I hope you come on my show. And he said that SoFi was a great place to work, and he praised Anthony Nodo. Now, I don't know this guy from a hole in the wall. I literally just met him outside, but he said Anthony Nodo was a straight-up G. He held everything together. He was the glue. And Anthony Nodo was one of the only CEOs, and I'm embarrassed to say, including Palantir, like Dr. Alex Karp, he wasn't buying shit during the downturn. Now, this is not a knock on Palantir. This is a praise on Anthony Nodo. And Anthony Nodo is the CEO of SoFi, but he's not a founding member. Anthony Nodo, if I'm not mistaken, has like 6 or 7 million shares of SoFi. This is huge. And one key aspect of his vision, one of the reasons why SoFi is growing at such an astronomical rate and why I think they're going to absolutely shellac the short sellers, the naysayers, the haters, is because of AI and data. And yes, I know I'm a Palantir head, but I do mean AI and data. You see, SoFi uses a company called Databricks, and they have a shit ton of data right at their fingertips. Very few banks are doing this, specifically the legacy banks. One exception is JP Morgan working with Palantir. Lo and behold, JP Morgan is still growing. It is adapting. It is shifting and pivoting, right? It's protecting its chin so that it is new, it is fresh, and it is with the times. Well, new, fresh, and with the times is SoFi 24/7, 365, because they are literally a digital bank, a digital banking, digital fintech solution. Listen to Anthony Nodo in this 40-second clip, and then I'm going to continue this video because it's very important for you not to just hear his words, but to see his enthusiasm.
Anthony, are you better than other banks at technology? I know you're sort of born as a technology company, but when it comes to retention, when it comes to net revenue retention in particular, and whether customers are going into additional services that have more value for you, what metrics can you share?
Yeah, we are absolutely better at technology than other banks. That's why we're stealing share from all of them. It's been a great phenomenon. I joined the company in February of 2018. We had less than 1 million members. We finished last quarter close to 6 million members and growing quite significantly. We also report products, and we have about 1.5 products per member, but that's with our denominator, the number of members actually growing over 40%. So it's a great testament to the value proposition that we're delivering through technology.
Guys, who doesn't love Anthony Nodo? In an interview recently, Anthony Nodo said it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when we become a top 10 institutional bank. That is massive, guys. That is massive. And for anybody that thinks he's, high or something, or he's smoking the pipe, think about this. There was a report that came out, and the large legacy banks are losing the most signups of new customers. SoFi Bank, 50% of their customers are coming from, I believe, 18 to 35-year-olds. They are literally hurting the future. The whole concept of SoFi Bank, make no mistake about this shit, is quite simple. Get them while they're young. Get them while they're young, not only at heart, but young in their financial journey. Whether you need a bank account that gives you 4.4% APY, beautiful. All you need to do is sign up with direct deposit. Why? That locks you in. This is no secret. This is the name of the game. It costs a certain amount of money to get a client on board, to get a customer on board. You don't want to lose that customer. And the retention of SoFi is astronomical. Because if you don't want 4.4%, maybe you want a credit card that gives you 2% cash back on everything. And if that's not your cup of tea, well, maybe you overdraft here or there, or you have a fee here and there, but SoFi doesn't give fees on their banking services. Well, maybe you're about to go to college, or maybe you're already in the university and you need a new loan, or you need to refinance an existing loan. SoFi got you back with student loans. And if you don't need that and you maybe just need to buy yourself a car, they got you with an auto loan, or just take a personal loan and spend the money on whatever you need. But when you grow up a little bit and you're working hard and you made some money, it's time to buy a house. Guess what? SoFi got your back with a mortgage. You see where I'm going here? SoFi has something for everybody. And SoFi also has investing vehicles. For example, they have literally an investing app. Think Robinhood, think Webull, think things like that. And Anthony Nodo, again, being the absolute G that he is revamping the user experience. A lot of people complained and they wanted it to be more like Robinhood, because let's be honest, Robinhood is the best investing app in terms of UI, user interface. Just today, somebody said, Adam, you make options so easy because I'm showing it on Robinhood, but he has Charles Schwab and I use TD and they both freaking suck for options. So Anthony Nodo is trying to make the user experience that much easier using SoFi's financials, right? Their financial products, their investment products. It all goes hand in hand for the ultimate vision. But SoFi still has many options or many products that they don't offer. For example, business banking, which they actually hiring somebody for business banking. When it comes out, nobody knows. If it comes out, nobody knows, but they are hiring people for that. Custodial accounts for your kids. I wanted to open one up. I didn't have the option. I am happy to do this once the option comes, right? SEP IRA, retirement account investments, so on and so forth. There's so many different options for SoFi. HELOCs, home equity lines of credit. They don't offer that. They offer mortgages, but not that. Guys, SoFi is an absolute beast. I want to show you a couple of charts. This is a brand new website that I have been using, and I highly suggest everybody to take a look at this website. All right, first I have to give a huge shout out to Alejandro Chavez. Definitely follow this guy at ALETECHVIEW. He has this website right here, which is Visual Stocks. You must 100% sign up. It's completely 100% free. They do have paid versions. I'm going to show you the free one. It is absolutely a banger, amazing. Check this out. How cool is that? I could type whatever I'd like, and it's going to find it. So now I'm going to go into SoFi. And if you go into SoFi and you go just a little bit lower, it's going to give you a bunch of different metrics, including they're going to give you a bunch of charts. This is what I wanted to actually show you. So this is massive, guys. Look at the number of members. This chart, you don't have to pay attention to nothing. Just look at the growth curve. It's just like this, straight up, beautiful going up. It's like not even slowing down. Maybe in the beginning it was going up like this, but now it's just like, boom, a rocket ship, an absolute freaking rocket ship. You know that they have 5.65 million members. Last quarter, I believe they onboarded 460,000 or so. I am looking forward to that number being above 6 million. They're giving you a bunch of products. This is where SoFi got screwed last quarter. They had a stellar quarter and SoFi price absolutely freaking tanked. And then there was a short report at the same time, right around then. Galileo is essentially giving you white labeling. They're giving you unbranded banking services to make your institution more like a bank. That's the easiest way to explain it. Essentially, they give you financial services that you can offer your clients. And they lost their second largest client, I believe, and that's what made Galileo go down, their accounts, their numbers, and this absolutely hurt them. And I believe maybe this quarter, but definitely by next quarter, if I'm not mistaken, Anthony Nodo said in 2 quarters, this is going to be written off. They actually have to Visa, if I'm not mistaken. This is a very, very good number over here. So most of the money for SoFi goes from lending. Now, that's the blue line right here. And then you have financial services and technological services. One thing that SoFi kind of got screwed at right now is the student loans. Check this out, guys. if you're going to go a little bit lower, these are the total loans. The student loans is in green. As you can see, student loans was growing, but then if you go to around quarter 1, 22, quarter 3, 22, quarter 1, 23, it's stagnant. The student loans is pretty much staying still. Personal loans is going through the freaking stratosphere. And home loans is really, really not that much. So think about this. This whole time there was no student loans or very small student loans, I believe 50% of the amounts that there should have been. And now that's going to open up because of the moratorium that is gone. This is going to increase the numbers of SoFi. So the haters and short sellers are saying that SoFi is overestimating their 200 billion TAM. Anthony Nodo says, just watch us. We're not overestimating. This is the truth. So I have a feeling that SoFi has been doing so good essentially on the back of personal loans, but now they're going to increase student loans, and home loans is going to come in around 18 months from now. Once the rates start dropping in 24, more people are going to be selling their homes. More people are going to be buying new homes. The Federal Reserve is going to be lowering the interest rates. This is going to increase mortgage loans. That's what I'm seeing. So there is a huge, huge growth potential for SoFi. But this is the main thing that I just wanted to show you guys. Check this, the average FICO score. Guys, the average FICO score for student loans in SoFi is 769. The average FICO score for home loans is 758. And the average FICO score for personal loans is 747. Now, there's tons of other charts that I can show you, but this video is getting a little bit long. The naysayers and the haters say that they're not going to be able to grow their business for student loans as much as they thought. The naysayers and haters are saying that there's going to be a lot of delinquencies when it comes to personal loans and loans in general. But SoFi, I believe they estimated that they were going to get 4% delinquencies, and they actually reported last time like 2 point something percent. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. That is huge. So they overestimate the delinquencies, but they underdeliver. And in this case, overestimating and underdelivering is actually a good thing when you're talking about delinquencies. Guys, SoFi is an absolute monster. I gave you my thoughts. I gave you a little bit insight about what is happening with the earnings. I'm probably not going to be doing a live on my channel. Maybe I'm going to piggyback with Amit or maybe the SoFi Weekly guys if they're doing something and they'll have me on their show. If not, maybe I'll do something. I just don't want to take away, the community. I want everybody to be in one specific location. On top of that, SoFi is a mother-loving army. Third largest, most active community in all of stocks. Right behind PALANTIR and Tesla. And that's not a knock on SoFi. That's freaking amazing. There's no other stocks that even come close. The community is absolutely lovely when it comes to SoFi. I am so happy that I found you guys. I am so happy that I'm an investor in SoFi. I also did some technicals when it comes to SoFi. I'm not going to bore you, but SoFi is on a breakout, guys. They broke out of their triangle wedge. You could see it right here. SoFi is above the 20-day, the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day. As you can see by this little party smiley face right here, we broke out of this highlighted triangle, showing you that we are right around that $10 breakout range, which means we are set, primed, loaded for a beat in earnings. And if we get some nice information, expect SoFi to go to the freaking stratosphere and we can possibly hit a new 52-week high, which is going to be great for my shit ton of options. Guys, if you want to support the channel and you want to become channel members, I do custom or specific content just for my channel members. I had a video today. I'm super active. I don't just do one video for them a month. Ask any of my channel members. They appreciate it. And you guys buy me a coffee. It's $3 a month. YouTube takes one of the $3. I'm left with $2. And if you don't want to support me, that's quite okay. Just click the button down below and follow me on Twitter. All jokes aside, thank you so much. I love you all. Have a great day.